Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video. In today's video I'm going to be talking about some news we just got. So we just got the news that the next LR is base Escnaor. As you can see, I can't show my mouse, but it's base Escnaor. And it will drop on, so it's going to be a two-person one, so it'll be the red and green base Escnaor. As they say here, two LRs. Of course, on Thursday we'll actually find out tomorrow what they do, but this is actually a very good thing. So initially we all thought, oh, it's going to be the one Escnaor because why would they do normal characters? But this is a good sign. This means that there is a possibility that any character can now get an LR form, which is what we want. The only problem I see is, what's it going to cost? Is it going to be like relics, where if it's a SR or rare, it's not going to cost you the same materials as if it was an SSR initially, which is what I think they will do. So if they're rare or SR, they won't actually cost you any LR coins, but they'll cost you, the UR pendants or something else, just so they're actually obtainable without the LR pendants, because I don't really see the point of LR pendants if they are not SSR. I don't even think this green Escnaor will be full price of 100. Unless he is, of course, they make him God tier broken. But this also gives me a lot of hope for just all characters in general, as well as future collaboration characters, or the near collaboration that will be. There's going to be a collaboration in the next 2 or 3 months, so that's just how it always is. They always do a collaboration, normally end of August sometime. So, of course, do bear that in mind, and the fact that now we could be getting an LR. The characters, I do see it. If it is anyone, it will either be KOF or AOT. Preferably, I think it will be AOT, only because the final season, part 2. No, not part 3. Whatever it is, the final season, the long one, the final bit is coming out decently soon. So maybe they want to capitalize on the fact that it's a popular show, so they're going to put the collaboration behind it, which is that's what my thoughts are at least. So, you can see them being LR'd, getting reworked, relics, a lot of stuff with those characters. There's going to be a lot of time they have to spend on those characters, because they've got to fully rework all their passives and their skills, because some of them are pretty much all of them are completely unusable, because their skills are horrible. You've then got, they all need relics to make them be able to compete with nowadays. They all need to have their stats boosted, and then of course they all need an LR form, unless they make it so the LR form does the reworks and the stat boost, and then they just add a relic on top of it, which is probably the smarter way to do it, to be honest. It's less materials. Of course, it probably will require different materials than the normal LR material, only because that's what they do with collaborations for relics. The relics are obtainable through the event. I think it may not even cost you pendants, because when it comes to relics, it doesn't cost you any of the original relic materials, because they're all exclusive, which I think will be pretty cool. Especially, bear in mind, we'll get 2 more characters, and of course AOT rerun, which is currently the most exclusive characters that are obtainable to the normal people. I say the normal people because, of course, you have top 100, but they're not. No, top 100 characters are useless anyway. It's like SRs and like horrible SSRs. I do hope that, of course, they are going to be releasing them now. We know that LRs are now not festival exclusive. This is very good. This will show. I'm hoping that I'm going to make him too broken. Of course, the CC boost will be really nice. Green Escnaor currently hasn't got the highest of CCs. Let me show you. My Green Escnaor is not... Okay, he's not the best. Okay, just don't judge me. Escnaor. Green Escnaor. Here we go. Of course, it'd be green and red. He does currently have a relic. His relic is kind of weird. His relic increases his attack by, I think, by 50% of his defense. So if he gets a massive defense boost, this may actually be pretty good. Let me also just... I'll give him this one. I'll give him my own one set for now. See what he's looking at. 57 KCC. That's not too bad. Bear in mind, he is 6'6". If I had the final boss headgear, I'd have 4 headgears. Pretty much, I couldn't do the final boss one. Didn't have Ratamium. Wasn't playing in the types 2 at the time. Of course, got his relic. So if you do, of course, when we see him and you do want him, definitely get his relic. Let me actually remove this so you can actually see what I'm talking about instead of me being a giant idiot. Anyway, I was on about Escnaor. Of course, you got his relic here. His 57 KCC isn't too bad, especially for a very old character. Of course, you know, if you like what he looks like when he comes out, of course, in his LR form, definitely make sure to get his relic. Most people should have him 6'6". Of course, I always recommend when you pull a character, just to put the copy into them, unless, of course, they are a very old festival character. Of course, what I mean by that is I have a copy of OG Fest King, and I'm not going to put it into him until I see the LR's good. If the LR's not good, it ain't worth it. But yeah, if I show you ultimates, yeah. always put in dupes for characters, because sometimes, mainly it's just for the box EC and for the GP points, but it's also just in case these characters, like now, are getting reworked. Well, not reworked. LELs are pretty much reworks. But I do look forward to seeing what he can do. Of course, this isn't his actual outfit. This is his actual outfit. There we go. That's more like green Escnaor. And my red Escnaor has the same outfit on. But yeah, red Escnaor also has the same CC. Of course, mine isn't SA6 level 100. You will need them SA6 level 100 if you want to, of course, LR. But I want to see what they're looking like first, what they cost, the pros and cons, what stats he gets, and is he going to be good. Currently, his cards, or the green one at least, ignites and removes buffs at level 2, which isn't too bad. And then, of course, he's got the old gauge fill card, which is normally, actually it's very hard. It's got a decently high multiplier. And of course his ultimate, which if you have Merlin Link, much higher, as well as gives him more crit chance. But to be honest, crit chance isn't really going to save him unless, you know, the LR gives him a lot of crit chance. He's going to need to get at least, I would say, 70 to 80% crit chance just from the LR to make it worth it. Of course, I don't have him. Actually, I do have him SA6, so that is what he's got. Of course, I do have all the weapons as well. His passive is a little bit... I want to see how they're going to rework this or change this, because it removes buffs and debuffs from yourself when you reach max ult gauge. So I would like to see what that actually does. Maybe they're going to make it so now it affects your entire team, but it only removes debuffs, and it removes them for the entire team when he reaches max ult gauge, which I think would be really cool. Like a cleanse sort of for humans, because humans need some sort of cleanser. They don't actually have a cleanser. The only cleanser they have is Red Eastern, and Red Eastern is very old. She came out before Purgatory Barn. That's how old she is. Of course, the relic, like I said, increased attack by 50% of the hero's defense. So as long as he gets a good defense buff, as long as it's like all his stats get like jumped up quite a bit, it'll be pretty good. He'll gain a lot of damage from it. Because let me see how much he's going to do. He's got my attack crit damage set on for the ultimate one, which is a perfect attack crit damage set. Please do bear that in mind. I'm going to use the ignite card to the end because actually increased damage dealt. 91k, that isn't too high with a perfect attack crit damage set. With a gold card. Let's try again. Okay, 165k. It's a little bit better, of course, but it would have been better if it was much higher. But this is a perfect, 200k isn't the best. Of course, if you could crit more, and of course mine is level 100, so that's not that much stats, but still. Of course, Merlin Link's definitely the way to go, with the extra 20% crit chance. So yeah, of course, if you are going to be LRing him, okay, don't know why that's starting to open up now, but if you do think that you are going to be LRing him, I highly also recommend you level up a Merlin. Oh, Merlin, here you go. I do highly recommend you level up Merlin, and my recommendation is green, just because green Merlin is the more useful one out of the bases. Base being these two and her. Definitely level up green, 20% increased crit chance, 19.2% crit chance is her link, her association link. So let me come here quickly. Sorry, Freya. Escnaor. We grab green Escnaor. And then I give Merlin Link. Boom, 19.2% crit chance. Definitely worth it. Of course, also you get Fate Link, which is another 1000 CC, as well as increases ultimate damage by, like, I think 200%, which is pretty good. Of course, that is at 6.6. It becomes 1.4k. I know it doesn't have an effect. They may also give it an effect as well, which I think would be pretty cool. Please not death damage. That would be completely and utterly terrifying, as it's the highest ultimate damage in the game, not including Freya's ult, which for some reason has a stupidly high multiplier, even though it's AoE, but we'll just skip over that and appears. But that's really it. I do hope. Well, no, I don't hope. I know that this is going to be a good step forward for all characters in general in terms of the ability to progress with them. This shines a lot more light on the fact that now we are going to see non-festival LR characters at a decent pace. What they may do is they may release an LR festival every let's say 3 to 4 months, because that's like a rough time where you can obtain enough coins. 3 to 4 months. And they release then let's just say a base copy, a base LR of the Sins. So first it'll be Escnaor, then it'll be I don't think they'll do Diane, but like I don't know, King. They'll just do a bunch of base characters. Of course, the only problem is if they are doing, of course, reworks on LRS, because it's LR Escnaor, they're also going to have to rework Red Escnaor, which means they're going to have to rework this, these two, and that's it. They're going to rework his passive and, of course, his skill. Both his skills. But overall, I see this as a big win. I'm happy it's not the one Escnaor. as this brings more variety to the game, and it tells us that they are going to be helping these old characters. Everyone always goes on about, yeah, we need to buff these old characters. And I 100% agree. Old characters need to be buffed to ensure that the meta is more. It can circulate more. Because if these characters aren't buffed, the meta is going to get stale. You've got characters like Transcendent Barn, LR Melee. You've got like Freya, Tyr, those people, the Ultimate One. The meta becomes very stale very quickly. And them adding all these new characters, or not adding them, but LRing them, should bring a little bit more. Should make them a little bit more refreshing if they are decent, which is what I hope they are. But yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye. Also, make sure you do your time trial thing. You get 3 diamonds today. Do it. You get 3 diamonds. It's worth it. Bye bye.